Jackie, welcome to the show.
Hello, Jeremy. Thank you.
The Court of Public Opinion. And you're going around the world, you know.
Thank you very much. That's
so
great.
people who are listening in New York or Japan or China or wherever,
fantastic.
Just remember the Rising Sun. Now, blatantly, I admit you are a sponsor of the show. And
yes.
But when I heard that you'd won this award, tell me about the award, because that's a news story. I'm surprised that there wasn't more in the mainstream media about that, because that's quite amazing.
Well, thank you. So the Eastside Business Awards are held every year through the Nord, Payne and St Peters Council, and they look to have small businesses in the council region nominate under various categories, of course. And so patrons and customers and friends, what have you, can vote accordingly. So we've been finalists for the last 3 years in this category for the best pub bar, and fortunate this year to win. So we're very proud of that. We've also been awarded the Mayor's Commendation Award this year as well. So very proud of that also.
Tell me a little bit about, because, was it Sam? Was he there before you guys?
Oh, right, the previous owners.
The previous owners. I can't remember the first time I went there, but it's a lot of years ago.
It would have been probably when the Schmidts
Anton and Lenice.
Yes, it had been abandoned for a short space of time, about 8 or 9 years.
Yeah,
and they purchased it, saved it from being demolished eventually. It was looking that way, but they restored the building to its glory. And
it was the first of those buildings that, because they did a lot of pubs a lot of restaurants. Directors was one, and the one in Pulteney Street, which was the Earl of Aberdeen, which they now call Cooper's. So this was the first one they did, and they obviously lavished all that talent.
They did, they did an amazing job. So we're very, very proud to be the custodians of the beautiful venue at the moment. So and for the last 11 years,
fantastic lead light windows.
Yes, they're beautiful, aren't they?
And the open fires.
Yeah, open fires. Great for this time of year. Come and sit and have a nice drink and warm up and have some dinner or lunch, high tea.
Yeah, you can't fake all that lovely, genuine atmosphere, but you've got to, at the same time, have all the facilities you want in the kitchen and behind the bar and the toilets and all of the rest of the things.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's not easy.
It's an extension of ourselves and our home, actually.
Yeah.
We sort of spend more time there than anywhere else. So
well, you do. I mean, you're married.
It feels like home for us, so we welcome people into the Rising Sun like they're coming to our home.
It's a full-time job.
It is, yeah.
Full-time. And the other reason that it kind of jogged my memory was that we were talking to the head of Rising Sun Pictures.
Oh, yes.
And I just sort of casually said to him, because I didn't know the connection, I said, where did you get the name? Why is it called Rising Sun Pictures?
Well, it's fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they formed
the company
They formed the company in the little private room at the Rising Sun Inn. They came in one night for dinner and to have this business meeting and wrote it out in the back of a napkin and thought, what are we going to call this business, this company? And looked around and said Rising Sun Pictures. So that's where it's come from.
And now they're famous and do work all over the world.
All over the world. The major, sort of special effects people. So, done all sorts of amazing movies and things.
Yep. And all out of little old Adelaide.
That's right. Exactly.
Now, you came to the business. How long have you been?
We've been 11 years now, Grant and I. Yep.
11 years.
Yeah.
What's the best thing about it and what's the worst thing about it?
Oh, the best thing about it is the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you said earlier, some amazing people that we meet. Everyone's got their own story and their own reason to be there, and it's just lovely to hear, some people can come back after, let's say, 20, 30 years and they'll say, we had our wedding here or whatever, and now it's our daughter's 21st or her wedding and so forth. So there's always a connection usually somewhere, which is so lovely to hear. There's
also the problem associated with that, and that is maintaining the quality and maintaining the character.
Yes. So it's heritage listed, of course. So we can't change any structure, which we don't want to anyway. It's just beautiful as it is. So just maintaining the old girl, keeping her up to standard.
The character is so important. But these days there is this emphasis on being modern and
yes, that's right. And there's too much of that, I think.
Oh, God,
there's
yes,
too much.
yes.
There's cold floors, concrete floors, and it's noisy. And whereas we've got the carpet and it's very elegant.
And you've got all that wood and the as I say, the atmosphere.
It is. It's gorgeous.
I remember when I had Deckers, or as I say, Deckers had me. the terrible. I wasn't a Balázs Varga. Did you ever meet Balázs Varga?
No, I don't think so.
He was a Hungarian, natural-born restaurateur.
Right.
And he had this sort of wonderful way of people would come to the restaurant, and if he liked them, it was all right. If he didn't like them, he would insult them. And that included Gough Whitlam, by the way.
Right.
But he did it in such an entertaining way that you couldn't take offence.
You get away with it.
I remember he would say... you would come through the door and he would say to me, pull yourself off at the bar and feel yourself at home. And you'd say, what? What did he say? Oh, he said, I'm Hungarian, I don't know this English, mate. And he would get away with that, but very funny.
Oh, goodness.
So in a sense, you've not only got to be a host, you've got to be an entertainer, I suppose.
Oh,
as well.
absolutely, yes, that's for sure.
The other thing I remember was the terrible business of having people who would come in and review the restaurant.
Right, yes.
To write you up.
Yep.
And maybe tear you down. So how would you know? Because you don't know the people who come.
That's
and
right. You don't know if there's a mystery shopper, so to speak.
No, you don't.
But we maintain...
So you have to treat everybody.
We maintain our high standard for everybody every day. So
oh, well, bless you.
Absolutely,
bless you.
yeah.
Bless you. The hours don't get to you?
Oh, look, it's what we do. We do it with we're passionate about it. So it's in our blood and that's what we do and we love it. Wouldn't change it.
Yeah, so you're married to each other and married to the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Now, built in 1845.
Yes.
And who was the guy who did that?
So William Beck. Escaped slavery in the UK back in the day and found himself on a ship that landed in Adelaide and made his way through Norwood and from the coast, from the port, found himself there. He chose that particular location to build the Rising Sun Inn because there's a creek, Second Creek, which is right next door.
Right.
Hence the name Bridge Street goes over the creek.
Right.
And so he, with the help of some local Aboriginal tribes, they built the Rising Sun Inn. There was a brick kiln in the next street, I understand, where they fired the bricks. So it's all handmade.
Handmade bricks, yeah.
We still see that to this day.
Yeah.
They're all handmade bricks. And then married an Irish girl named Sarah, and they went from there. And apparently she was a feisty little Irish woman that used to sometimes appear at the door with a shotgun.
Oh, maybe you had to.
To ward off bushrangers and all sorts of nasties. So, but there's amazing stories. One of the stories about a young barmaid who died in the cellar.
Died in the cellar?
Yeah, she was either pushed down the cellar stairs or she fell down the cellar stairs and she apparently broke her neck, so she died in the cellar.
A ghost?
A ghost, so a spirit, let's put it that way. And I called her Catherine. It's probably her real name. I don't know. I haven't researched who she is just to this point. But she's very much present in certain parts of the building in a nice way.
Well, you feel
a very nice way.
you feel that she's still there?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And I guess, even though it's very close and very civilised these days, there would have been bushrangers and Aboriginals and
yes.
arguments and brawls.
Are quite amazing. I mean, you can just imagine if Sarah is running an inn and you've got a place full of, people just come off their horses and carriages from the port and they're tired and they have a few drinks and there's a punch-up or a fight or something in the bar, she'd have to maintain control. So,
was there ever a gunfight?
Oh, I'm not sure. I couldn't really comment on that at this point. But I know up the road in the Kensington Park, there's a plaque about a police officer that was shot in the area. So around that time too.
And next year is the big one.
180.
180.
180 years old next year.
180.
So we'll have to have one big celebration there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a full year's long.
Well, yeah, but have you done any research? Is there anything older than 180 years in Adelaide?
I'm just looking at it at the moment, actually, yeah. I don't think there's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So, we're very proud of that.
It's also a terrible responsibility to be custodians of such
It is.
an
It's a great
august
responsibility.
place.
One we cherish, absolutely cherish. It's great.
Tell me about the staff. How difficult is it to get good staff and keep good staff?
We've got amazing staff. We're very lucky and very proud of our staff. We've got 4 chefs, front of house manager.
4 chefs?
4 chefs, front of house manager, and some fabulous casuals that we bring in when required. So we're very lucky in that sense.
Yeah.
The continuity of service has been really great.
It's always impressive when people know you or remember you or recognise you, and then they know that you're inclined to have a glass of red.
Yeah.
But it personalises that whole business of being looked after.
It does, yeah, it does. We want people to feel like they're coming into our house. So, like to make people feel welcome and friendly and have a chat. And like I said, there's always a connection somewhere. You'd be so surprised, just by asking one question, how are you today? Or, what brings you here? Or it's just fantastic. But it's great to see some new clientele coming through as well. Some of the sort of younger generation, 30s and 40-year-olds coming in and having 21st there and all sorts of fun things. So it's great. It's a very versatile venue.
Well, you've also got the advantage of easy parking. Where
great parking. Really easy to get to.
You don't
Lots
have
of
a
parking.
problem.
No,
with that.
not at all.
No.
Not at all. And the conservatory, which is the room at the rear of the property, lots of glass, so it's nice and airy, great for Sunday afternoon lunches or birthday functions, weddings, all that sort of thing. It's just great.
And am I right? There are 5 different
yeah, pretty much, yeah. Chesterfield,
areas?
private room, bar, dining room and conservatory. And there's always outside when it's not raining.
Well, yeah. I guess my favourite little area is that when you first come through the door on the side and you've got the Chesterfield.
The private room there, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, there's the private room there, but where you've got the really big open fire.
Yeah, by the fireplace, yeah. The Chesterfields.
The Chesterfields, yes.
Oh, it's gorgeous, yeah.
But, you've got to get there at a time when they're not being occupied, which is tricky.
You can just be lucky sometimes. Sometimes you can just walk in when we're flat out and you can just grab it like that. But you can actually book it in advance if you'd like to. It's $150 minimum spend, and then we can reserve it for you and it's yours for the night.
Yeah.
So we can do that too.
Yep. Now, I was trying to explain to people that you're not open every day, every lunch.
We're open 7 days a week.
You're open 7 days a week?
We're open 7 days a week.
I thought you were closed on Monday.
No, we're open 7 days a week.
Oh, wow.
So lunch...
I'm sorry, I didn't...
That's okay. Lunch is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Dinner,
lunch is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Dinner, every night of the week except Sunday.
Right.
But we're open 7 days a week.
Yeah. Does that mean you're there 7 days a week?
Well, Grant's there 7 days a week.
Oh, golly. What's his background?
Oh, he's had a bit of a diverse background, CEO roles predominantly in the corporate sector. So.
Interesting to come out of... Because he was in Sydney, I think?
Yes.
Interesting that he would come out of the corporate world and get into restauranting.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, something diverse.
Yeah. It's a very attractive business, you see, because people who do it well, like Grant and you make it look so damn easy. And then people like me stumble along and say, well, gee whiz, I could do that. Well, no.
Look, you see these places opening up all over the Adelaide every week.
Yeah.
Every week. And you just think, wow, you just don't know how hard it is. It's not that easy. It's not that easy at all.
Well, we were talking earlier about the Cork and Cleaver, which was renamed Vine and Fire.
Yeah.
Closed.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's about being, I think, innovative, diverse, know your audience, know your market.
Yes.
And being flexible. You've got to be flexible.
What do you mean by flexible?
Oh, just, have your mindset where you can't always just do the same thing all the time. So you provide something different for your patrons as well. So
well, you do
seasonal menus, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you do with things like the high tea.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, tea.
What does that involve?
So that's 4 courses. We do high tea Thursday, Friday, and Saturday afternoons, 2:30 to 4:30.
Yeah.
4 courses. It's $59 per person for 4 courses, or $68 per person, which includes a glass of French champagne.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
When you say courses, you're not talking about 4 separate meals?
Not meals, so it's high tea. So you've got two...
I don't think I've ever been to a high tea. Tell me about it. I've probably been to some low teas.
That's low tide. Two savoury courses and 2 sweet courses. So it's little cut sandwiches
food.
And little mini tarts or pastries, that kind of thing. Scones with jam and cream.
That sounds very
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah, and we set the tables up with the beautiful lace tablecloths and the bone china and teapots, and it's all very elegant and very gorgeous.
Whose idea was that? What did you...
Actually, my mum has a lot of involvement with that kind of thing too. Hi, Rose. I know she's listening.
Uh-huh. What did you do before restauranting? Restaurateuring.
I work in the corporate sector.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what we do together.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
And you've got live music there?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen the live music.
Yeah, it's great fun. Every second Sunday.
Who do you have in there?
So this weekend coming is Sound Factory, amazing Adelaide band, well known around Adelaide, 4:30 till 6:30, free entry. And the following 2 weeks, on the 14th of July, we have Acoustic Fix, who are another great band from Adelaide. So we alternate every second week with Sound Factory and Acoustic Fix.
But what is the music? Is it rock and roll or is
dance
it
music?
50s? Oh.
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Yeah, lots of fun. It's great. Yep.
I rather like that stuff that goes bumper to bumper, dang, 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 a ding a dong ding.
It's 60s.
That's 60s, is it? I'm sort of inclined to think it's more 50s. But, I don't know. Back in the days when men were men and movies really moved.
That's a bit of that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about modern music.
No, it's all good fun. It's great. Great afternoon. Everyone really enjoys it.
Yeah. Well, it's lovely to see you.
You too.
Give my best to Grant.
I will, thank you. Yes, and hope to see you all soon.
Yeah, and good luck with the whole thing. But you've got it framed, I hope, the award that they give you a parchment or something.
Yes, it's above the doorway in the bar.
Ah, good.
Come and have a look.
You go and have a look at that.
Great.
Because it's a lot to live up to too, isn't it?
Oh, it is, that's right.
You've got to win it next year as well.
Oh, you betcha.
Well,
that's my plan.
Well, next year is the big one.
Yeah.
I suppose in terms of age.
180 years, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, as I say, it's wonderful to see you, Jackie, and thank you very much for coming in.
It's been a pleasure.
Love you dearly. Bye.